Really how valuable you are at this moment. Understand the role you play. You're a peace messenger. You're bringing the world back into harmony. I always feel blessed when I meet the people who come to the octave of crystal. I feel really blessed. I've been doing this for 22 years. That's a bit of a while, yeah? And doing only this. Therefore, what I can help catalyze in you is that you can do your gift, your talent, and nothing else. And you will be supported. You will be supported by the universe to bring your gift to the world. And the only thing that's going to stop you is when you don't believe it. Yeah, there's a lot of massage therapists, but when you know how good you are, and you know a little bit about marketing, that means marketing. I never made a card the normal size. Never. I always made big cards. Cards that look like something they might want to put on their wall. Do your energy bigger. Make your energy known. You have incarnated. You chose to incarnate at this moment. And at this moment, you have been raising the frequency. We are now in a world that no longer can feel it's okay to have a world war. We have raised the scale. It won't ever happen again. And we raised that schedule, that matrix together. You understand how valuable you are? We raised it by saying, we are beings of peace. We are beings of love. We incarnated to hold that light. And what this morning, as I was walking on the grounds barefoot, I went to the temple, and it's really important that you go see the temple here. If you haven't yet, there is a pamanku, a holy ground that's burning the holy fire every hour of this time. You can't go inside unless you have a little belt over your eye here, your manipura chakra. And you've seen a lot of indigenous people who have that belt there, whether it's Navajo, red, whether it's Guatemalan, brightly colored. And you see it in Bali. This is another eye. Manipura chakra. It's your other eye. So you can't go inside, but go look at it. And then be a little bit more feng shui and see the grounds you have come to. Walk down by the side of the temple. Go down to the river. And over there, you're going to find some amazing meditation caves. And you'll be ready for dancing tonight. Mm-hmm. Yes. Take a few minutes of chill out time. Now you've been implanted, not by anything negative. You have been implanted with something extremely positive. And that implantation is yours alone. Let me tell you, no one else can bring it to the world. We have to be an inter-support system. We have to see each person's talent and brag about them. Go see that person. They're fantastic. We have to be that inter-support system. That's what the CEOs do. Well, does Xerox and IBM the only one that have to have team meetings? I don't think so. We have to come together. My vision when I walked on the earth, this morning, went to a little temple, didn't have my belt on either, so I just went by it. I saw each of you in your own country making a spirit festival. I said, wow, this is good. We're going to have Sweden, Brazil, Norway, Venezuela, America, Canada. We're going to have all these spirit festivals going on, and then somebody makes the big festival, you know, and then everybody knows where the festival's happening, and we all start going there, and it's really, really big, and we make this energy, amazing, positive energy, yeah? In 1996, I had this vision. I was kind of catapulted out of Bali. I said, oh no, please don't, it's a vortex, so good. I thought I was going to stay here forever. But sometimes the universe, when you really listen to your dream, you got to spread that. Who knows where you're going? You know that many of you in here are nomads. I'm going to tell you a story I read last night before I went to sleep. The story I read was about the Lakota tribe. The Lakota tribe, you know, they hold the 7 sacred ceremonies. We are playing the 7 tones here. We got the 7 chakras. What I believe is important is the octave. So we have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Ti, and the higher octave. You got like 2 octaves going here. This is what Pythagoras say. I'm giving you a little knowledge so that you can sink into this, because we have to become intelligent. This is not crystal bowls. These are silicon quartz crucibles. Without this scientific instrument, you have no internet. You have no telecommunication. The industry that markets them called them the bowls. Do you think they don't know what they were? They are silicon quartz crucibles. Google it and know what this is. So we are biologically crystalline. So what I read last night actually, after the party, after the amazing dances, I'm going to get some information and then get ready for the story here with you. So I read about the Lakota, and the Lakota brought back the buffalo. As my great-grandmother was Cheyenne Indian, and the buffalo kind of was wiped out by Buffalo Bill, yeah? Totally wiped out. In the last 50 years, and also the white buffalo, which was actually a woman, she was a changing woman, she came as a changing spirit, and then when she left, and she gave the sacred tobacco, because it's not about nut smoking, it's about how to smoke, she gave them the sacred tobacco and the pipe that represented the masculine and the feminine unity, and praying for peace, and saying your prayers, and receiving the divine. In every 4 directions, there's 7 puffs in the sacred smoke. Next year, if I'm here, we're going to have a sacred smoke circle. And the Lakota, when, you know, there's not that many buffalo left, and there used to be everywhere, and the white buffalo came. When the white buffalo woman came and brought this as a ceremony, one of the 7 Lakota ceremonies, when she left, from a beautiful woman, she changed into the white buffalo. And in the last 50 years, well, there was no white buffalo for a long time, you know. And in the last 50 years, 4 different shades of white buffaloes came back on the planet. There's actually a book written about it with their pictures. And they had to be protected, and people tried to kill them, and people tried to steal them, yeah? But anyway, it was a very big sign that we are here now. And that's why the Hopi said, the hour is now. And the Hopi said, it's now time to gather and be community. And that's what we're doing here, and that's what you're learning to take in your own world. I don't care if it's in your own room, and once a week you call in your peace tribe, and you create a peace pod. Let's amplify that. So Lakota said, when they brought the buffalo back, that the footsteps, and that's why you need to walk barefoot on good places, the footsteps of the buffalo on the earth began to change the whole lay of the land. Plants came back that weren't there before. Sacred plants, sacred grasses came back when the buffalo herd was brought back. So, you know the other person is living off of light, and he was proved for 365 days. Woo Solar Healing said the most important thing if you want to live off of light is to walk barefoot 45 minutes a day. Charge your battery, and then maybe you just need to look at the sun for 5 minutes, sunrise or sunset, not longer than 20 minutes sunrise or sunset. okay? And he said how important it was to recharge your battery. We are electromagnetic beings. So you have touchings. You know there's a dream inside of you. Talk to people about it. Don't keep it a secret. You want help? You want finance to bring this to reality? There are people who will support you. So today, how you work with an octave of crystal sound. You lay down, our heads are in the north, because electromagnetic therapy has been a long time in India. And they say, head is north, feet is south. We are amazing electromagnetic beings of light. How many nadis? They say 72,000 nadis of electronic energy, the yogis. The yogis knew all this stuff. Yantra, mantra. Later in the 70s it was proved by the scientists. And you need to speak your affirmation. Turn your head to the north. Sometimes people who have had chemotherapy or a trauma will feel to go in the opposite direction. And that's fine if you feel to go in the opposite direction. Okay? But normally you need to be aligned to the magnetic north. And speak your affirmations. Whatever your affirmations, they can be personal, they can be as many as you want. We are the most dynamic computers. And all you need to do is then after this, speak them to yourself before you go to bed. Breathing in deeply. Focus on your affirmations that you would like to have magnetized. You call in your guides, your angelic beings. Everybody has guides. They say if you don't call us, we just hang out. So everything you experienced was actually following whatever you affirmed, whatever you intended. And eyelids fluttering. Eyelids fluttering, some people will go into alpha brainwave through this sound. So it's 40 minutes. It's a sacred Hebraic number also, to be in touch with Mother. And you've been asking for that. You've been asking for that support. And a long time you have meditated. Long, long, long time. And to move into your next frequency so you don't get shocked is to adjust how you nourish yourself, in what way you nourish yourself, and to work on understanding that the dreams that you have always held, when you shift into another frequency of nourishment, which is more plant-based. I mean, we are the only mammals that continue to drink milk when we are weaned, after we are weaned. Then we go to animal milk. I'm not saying you are, I'm just talking about raising the frequency, yeah? And you have dreams that you want to bring, and to bring those dreams are very high. And to bring them in, your body has to be at the same frequency as your dream, as your soul. So, we are the only a little bit confused, I would say, beings. Continue to eat formaggio, feta, mozzarella, parmesan. Okay, what are we eating? We're eating another baby animal's food that's supposed to be appropriate for them. I always get in big trouble for this. I don't know why I'm saying it to your group. I'm supposed to just play sound and be quiet. Yow. Anyway, I'm trying to be helpful. And the animals that we love, the domesticated animals that we grew, cats and dogs were supposed to eat uncooked food. That's what their nature was. They were supposed to not have those little pebbles, and when we give them that, and then we really love them, so we give them milk. And when we give ourselves anything, milk, ice cream, and that, and to tell you the truth, occasionally I do get attracted to a magnum. I'll confess. I will. So I'm not saying that you have to do this all the time, but we have to, do it very rarely, and when you do it, really enjoy it. And after you eat a magnum, you kind of taste this aftertaste. It tastes like chemical. You know, but anyway, you did it, you know? Okay. But if I did that every day or like 5 times a week, I'd probably be here with a lot of sinus infection, nose dribbling, and I wouldn't, you know, if I did a lot of milk every day, I wouldn't look like what I look at this moment. Because when we give the animals, the domestic animals, those milk, they get the same diseases that human beings do. Arthritis, kidney stones, and cancer. And usually the animals will get that before their owner, because they've been soaking up all of the emotional life of the family that they're living in, and they love us so much that they're going to say, help first. So we need to understand that even the most intelligent beings, which supposedly are the whales and the dolphins, who communicate through hologramic sound, well, you know, you don't see them sipping old nipple after they don't need it anymore. So, we need to purify our system as what we are. We are mostly water, and 87% water. And when you do that, and I'm not saying that you have to, I'm saying plant-based diet, and study that for yourself. That's what I'm saying. Because the plants, you see, the plants are going to survive this radiation drift. So wheatgrass, I got this wheatgrass before what happened in Japan. You know, these messages will come to you as you start to work with this energy pre-form, you know. So I got it before. Wheatgrass detoxifies radiation. Don't think that we're in Bali or anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, and not affected by 6 reactors. We all are. And so, 6 days before that happened, I said, I'm going to start a wheatgrass collective. Because a wheatgrass collective is this. I make absolutely no commission on it. I organize 6 people to buy a tray, and we get it at wholesale price. That's the wheatgrass collective. Yeah? You have to think that you can make it easy on yourself.